Okay, so moving on with the website, straight on to instruction 2, which is to place in cell A the image M17 logo.jpg. So here is cell A up at the top, and I'm looking for the M17 logo.jpg image, and I'm simply going to drag it across and drop it in my cell 1. It then says in cell B, enter the text, a leader in conservation and development. Watch, eat, ride, enjoy, donate, conserve. And then set this text to style H1. So let's enter the text first. I'm in cell B here. A leader in conservation and development. Stop. Watch, eat, ride, enjoy, donate, conserve. So this set of text here, we have 2 lines of text because on the booklet it's over 2 lines, and we're wanting to set this text to style H1. So if I highlight the text in my website, it highlights the same piece of text in my code. And I can see on the 2 lines of text that currently it is set as paragraph text. So I want to change that paragraph text to a H1 setting. This is the heading 1 default. And so it will follow whatever rules heading 1 has been set up as following in this particular CSS. Now at the moment this is just going to be the default version, but I'm sure we will be applying a particular CSS to this page. So we open H1 and close H1, open H1 and close H1, like so. The next instruction asks us to use the most appropriate image from M17 IMG1 to M17 IMG8 to place in a cell. So if I don't know what these images are, 1 through to 8, I can always look in my file and change the view to the icons, and it will show me what the images actually are before I bring them in. So first of all, I want an image of a meal being cooked, so I'm going to use image 7, and then an elephant ride, image 3, and then the jungle, I'm going to use image 5, and an envelope, image 8. So I'm going to have 7, 3, 5, and 8. Okay, so let's go back into our website. In box C is where I'm going to have image 7. In box D is where I'm going to have image 5. Oh, my apologies. I think I've done that the wrong way around because I should have an elephant ride. So I think that might have been image 3. Let's just check my file again. The elephant ride was, yes, image 3. Okay, and then the next one was the jungle, which was image 5. And then the last one was the envelope, which was image 8. Okay. Now you notice that as I brought my first image in, the cells here resized themselves because they thought that I was using more space or needing more space for this first one. But because all of the images have the same sizing themselves, they have very quickly resized back to the original proportions, which was even. If I do have any problems with that, I can just add the width instruction straight after height. So I can say height equals 225, space width equals, and then again 225. Okay, so the next task says to make sure appropriate text is displayed if any image is not available. So this image here, which is an image of a meal being cooked, which is image 7, has a width and a height. I'm going to add the alt text here to meal being cooked. And this one here, which is the image of the elephant ride, in the alt text I'm going to write elephant ride. And for the jungle, in the alt text I'm going to write jungle. And here For the envelope, under alt text, I'm going to write envelope. Okay, so each image now has appropriate alternative text, meaning that text will appear if there is any loading problem and the image is not automatically visible. That text will appear instead. So we move on now to instruction 6, which is in cell G, okay, which is directly below our first image. We want to enter the text local cooking. The next cell is going to have elephant rides. Then we'll have the text remote jungle location. And then we'll have the text contact us. Okay. It asks me then to set all of that text as heading 2 or H2. So the local cooking here, I can see in my code, but if I can't find it in the code, just highlight it on the actual web page and it will highlight it in the code for you. So I'm going to add the H2 tag there. And yes, it automatically brings in the close of the H2 tag, but that's in the wrong place. It's trying to be helpful. Just move it to the end. There's H2. And again, for elephant rides, H2. Again, remote jungle location, H2. Notice all of my heading 2 tags here are going inside the close of the TD tag, because the TD tag is the actual cell itself. So all of these rules are going inside each cell. Okay, and one more, which is the contact us, which should also be a H2. Oh, there we go. Contact us is also H2. So now when I click out, these cells here should take on the heading 2 format, which they do. So now it says in cell K, place a text, the page created for hothouse design by, and then followed by your name, centre number, and candidate number. So cell K is the long cell at the bottom of the table, and it's going to say page created for hothouse design by, and then your name, centre number, and candidate number. Okay, set this text as H3. So let's ensure that that has been set. 3. Yep. Done. Okay, moving on then. The last aspect it does for the table is to center align the table in the browser. So I want to make sure that my table itself has a alignment of center within the page browser. So I'm going to go up to the top of my table here, where I have my table width and border, and I'm going to add to the table an align equals center. So for the table itself, it's the first tag under body, table width 900, border nothing, align equals center. And this should now put my table in the middle of the page, which it does. Okay, so carrying on for the next instruction, we'll start off at step 9.